Alright, back. So I bent the lever in the press a little bit. So you just hold this right here with the press and you just hit with the hammer, bend it down slightly. I found me a flange nut that might work, I don't know, for the transmission. And I got the transmission right there on the floor. I need a little cardboard here on my table so I can flip it upside down and not scrape the piss out of everything. A nice new black powder coat. See how much oil comes out while we got it upside down. Probably something. We'll see. Well, that's a precision drain plug there. They got something planned there. Fancy. The zip gun when you need it. Okay, there's a Trans 65 to 70 something tranny plate. It's two pieces all together, nice and thick. Normally it's a good plate, except we need adjustability. This ain't it. Okay, we've got a V-corner plate here. Use this one. Good plastic. Okay, this one here is one piece thick, and it's got an adjustment right here. Two Allen bolts back here. You pull this back and forth, and it will move the transmission back and forth relative to the plate, which will adjust your primary chain or belt in our case. So it becomes an adjustable transmission when you put this on. Pretty slick. Let's see, no threaded holes. Nope. These holes aren't threaded, so it takes through bolts. Okay. So, like that. Left side's got the two holes. Maybe go like this. I think that's how it's supposed to be. There's two holes for two different year frames. So you got the outer frame. You got the outer hole in this frame on both of these. Early frames, it goes over here. So we can flip it over this way or this way, depending on which way I think is better. They will both line up, see? So do you pull the bolt against the plate, or do you put the transmission against the plate? And I don't know. I think this is below the height of this, so I want this to be on the bottom. So the bolt will push against that. The flat surface goes against the transmission. So put it on like this. And we should be golden. I think they made it to go the other way though. These are on the left side. Oh, that's on the right side. Yep, left side here, right side there. Yep. Only problem is I think the bolt hole is different as the one on the left, so they would mount this thing the other direction. Like I said, I think this surface is definitely lower than this surface, which means you would be loose. I don't like being loose. We're gonna go like this. Luckily, I'm on, it doesn't matter. Other year, it would matter. Okay, pull the washers back on here. This might not be the hardware we're using later. Probably a strong chance of that being changed. Hey, dumbass. Put the transmission plate on the correct direction. This is the front of the tranny. Just to go like this. Ah, now it's correct. Now the double holes are on the left side where they belong, and the plate is upside down like it be. Yeah, it all works now. It's hard to get good help these days, let me tell you. Nothing but dumbasses everywhere. The original bolts we had are not going to work. The other hardware, so we'll have to adjust that. We have to adjust this tranny back and forth, so let's not go too tight on this. Just bring it down enough that it puts pressure on it, but no extra. You get the lock washers there, so it gives you a little bit of springiness to it. That's tight. Back off a little bit. Okay. Should be all the way down, but movable. Okay. Do I want to put this in there now or not? I'm thinking maybe not. No oil leak. There's no oil in it. Strong possibility of that. Okay, we're going to look at the oil tank mount over here now. Okay. So, we have the V-twin part. Two spacers with it. Two. And I got two more over here. So you got short ones and tall ones. Tall ones are going in the back. Front ones must be the front ones. The short ones must be the front ones, because that's the ones we have left over. Okay. So the roll tank bracket here. So short, and tall. Okay, it appears the short one will be just tall enough to get past this, which would be what we need. And it looks like it would work in the back also. Be close, but it should work. You know, we're having a problem with our tank mounting situation, so if we're low in the back and high in the front, that would help us here. So I'm going to reverse those. I'm going to put the shorty ones in the back and the tall ones in the front. Okay. There's our mounting bracket. Okay. looks like these are made to have 5/16 bolts and they're slotted a little bit. That's what the plan was, I guess. Let's get our bolt box back here. Yep, that was the plan. See, they're slotted. There's a 3/8 bolt. See, it doesn't fit. So they're not using 3/8. 5/16. Okay. So goes in there like that. Like this. Everything's been slotted out a little bit, like because it didn't fit before, so it'll make it fit. Alright, where's my hardware at? I don't think the rail line's right now. Don't need that. Pretty sure I don't need the shocks right now. Alright, now I got access to the bolts and stuff. Swing arm bearings are not needed. Here's some bolts. There. There. Short spacer. Mount. There's still room for a nut on there. Yep. And a washer too. We don't need washers. Problem is getting your fingers in there. Not a lot of room. Rigid frame, you have another part in here, but you wouldn't have this, so easy. It's fun to get up in there. There's no room to get in there. Trying to get your fingers up in here, there's just not a lot of room to get up in there. I'll put a lock nut on there when I do it for real. For now, we're mocking up, so we're using quick connect hardware. That means I don't have to fight it. Okay, so we got a bolt. Hole. We're using our short spacer. I think we need a slotted hole up there. It's close. One more time. Fingers in here. Still pretty gritty on this table. Looks like we did some grinding. Third time's a charm there. A little tension on there, but not a lot. We want everything pulled together, but adjusted. So the problem we're having is we got a big gap in the front now, because the back of the tank is not welded parallel to that surface. Whoop. Get a little higher here. So this surface here, damn it, right here is not parallel to this surface here, so the bracket sticks up in the air, see? So something needs to be bent. The bracket's a lot harder to bend the tank, so the tank's what's going to get bent. So that means we have to take it back out and bend it. Wonderful. Precision engineering here. Or not, this is called manufacturing. I don't think the engineers said they want to screw it up like this. They might have, you never can tell. The Harley engineer would definitely do this way. Be like anti-rattle. It's all bound up. I'm sure they have a lot of theories like that. Okay, everything comes apart. Goes over there. Fall out. Okay, now we need to make some adjustments. There's that thin piece I cut off the frame. There you go. 2 parts of the frame. Ah, the frame got thinner. By that much. Alright. Now I can put a crescent wrench on here and bend it, or I can go over to my vise and do it more precisionally.